Now, naming the players does not really amount to saying that they are guilty. Naming the players will be a statement of fact. I'm just arguing from one side. And hence, probably it is better to name the players and then say there will be an investigation. This happens in the case of politicians. This happens in other cases. It does not mean they are guilty. It means some bookie has named them, and let there then be a discussion, let there be an investigation. But to keep it aside, for the police to keep it under wraps, for there to be this phantom-like operation. And Kishore Bhimani, let me start with you. There's Gulu Ezekiel, sports journalist. Ed Hawkins, a sports journalist from London. He's spoken about fixing many times. He's written about it. Atul Wasan, former Indian Test cricketer. Lalchand Rajput, former Indian player and coach. And Bimal Soni of the Rajasthan Cricket Association. He takes the pro-establishment point of view. You know, name them and then say they are under investigation. But to treat them like gods who cannot be named, that looks very strange, Mr. Bhimani, to me.
No, may I, Arnab, tell you that over the years we have seen this tendency of people to irresponsibly name senior cricketers and link them with bookies. I have seen this happen with Qasim Omar when he talked about Imran Khan. Rashid Latif talked about senior players. We have had Manoj Prabhakar trying to get Kapil Dev involved in the fixing. Now, also remember that Vinod Kambli came in very recently and cried on television very dramatically. We have this time and again these unsubstantiated accusations being made. Here, what is the background? One journalist, based on one conversation which the lady heard, has named these people. I would like to not mention their names in public ever, unless you have evidence. If there is evidence, go ahead and do it. Because the amount of gossip that exists in cricket, among journalists, among cricket watchers, among commentators, among spectators, is very, very damaging. I have heard the names of top players around the world whose names have been mentioned.
No, this is not, I think with respect, I think you're trying to play it down. I don't know why, Mr. Bhimani. This is actually Gulu.
May I answer
no,
that?
Gulu is
just if you give me 1 minute, Arnab.
Is Kishore trying to play it down? 1 second, Kishore, I lost the video link. There's no conspiracy there. Yeah, you're back. Okay. Yeah. Okay, please continue.
May I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The point today is that we have no proof at all, and you have the mention is made of bookmakers who have mentioned these people in passing.
Okay.
I want to know
yes.
that these bookmakers, I have known bookmakers for 30 years in this country, in England, in Australia, and in South Africa. People like Marlon Aronson, who was involved in that very big fix, Arnab, I have known them. Today, they talk very irresponsibly. यहाँ भी in India they say इसको बोल देंगे, captain को पूछ लेंगे, wicket keeper से पूछेंगे. Now these things are not really good, because what you are doing is naming and shaming is fine as long as you have some. Today there is one lady journalist who's given this today, and I am sorry to say Justice Mukul Mudgal has not said this. It's the commission, only one minority view as far as I know is that of Mr. Datta, who has repeated what he heard from Kadambari Murli. Now, I know all the people involved. We know as journalists, we've been around the world. People make wild accusations, and I don't think these people should be named.
No, I think, well, you see, 1 second. First of all, there are two ways of looking at it. Okay, the journalist concerned has spoken to Times Now. She says that, in fact, that member who you are speaking about this investigation panel was trying to get her to name people, and she didn't want to. And when she didn't want to, she was being told that, you know, her credibility is suspect, and the journalist, in fact, is protested. So let's keep the journalist out of this. The question here is, Gulu, is this. Repeated references are there, okay, not one or two, to the involvement of players. We worship cricket. We follow cricket, hence we want to know everything about cricket. These have been made before a Supreme Court appointed committee. They involve players who are current Gulu and who are former players. They include one who allegedly has been part of the World Cup winning team. Kishore Bhimani says, unsubstantiated, throw it into the dustbin. I say, even if you don't make the names public, investigate officially, don't brush it aside. What do you think?
You see, Arnab, first of all, I totally respect Kishore when he says that there's a lot of nonsense and hot air which is spoken by these bookies and punters, and they just take any old names, you know, in a highly irresponsible and immature manner, just to show off about their links and all that nonsense. He's absolutely correct. But now what has happened is, you have a situation where a sealed envelope has been handed over to the bench, which I'm told is going to be revealed in a few weeks. And that sealed envelope, the word is that it contains 6 names of capped Indian players. Now, we are talking about, okay, the Indian team is in New Zealand, it will affect the morale. My opinion is that the morale has already been affected by this news that the envelope contains names. Now, what is happening is that possibly every Indian capped player will feel that they are under some kind of cloud and suspicion. So a lot of there's got to be a lot of nervous players across the length and breadth of India that their names may be in that envelope. The point is, the envelope exists, and if you keep on trying to hide the names, it's just going to lead to more rumor and innuendo. So I feel that if the names are revealed, then the players are given a chance to clear their name, at least that Damocles sword will not be hanging over the heads of the entire Indian cricket fraternity. For heaven's sake, you know, let's clear the air once and for all.
Well, I agree with you. What do you think, Atul Wasan?
Yeah, I'm just really surprised that, you know, we could be so naive looking around how, you know, the media and, you know, so many of them around just push the envelope, pick out selective quotes from players and twist it around. And, you know, I think it's very unfair to the players. You know, if there is some
what is selective quotes?
Evidence,
What is one minute. Let me challenge you on that. Let me challenge you on that. You see, the Delhi police, as per its report,
Delhi police. Atul, you know that, you know,
Atul,
I know that.
You know, Atul, I don't like burying things under the carpet.
If you tell me the facts again.
No, Atul, the Delhi police, as per the report.
I'm not burying things. I'm just putting things in perspective. Okay, I'll give you one example.
You're taking
what happened to Vijender? He was portrayed as a drug dealer, and nothing came out of it. Did anybody apologize to him?
You're taking a position where we should feel sorry for asking who these 6 players are. We are not.
Give me a minute. Let me finish. I'm just saying that we are going by 2 people talking loosely, and these people all of ill repute, talking loosely, bragging, we don't know, and we just start chasing the players down, naming them, and you know what happens, people remember this, and nobody comes back and apologizes. I give you the case of Vijender Singh. He was portrayed as a drug dealer. I mean, he's back and nobody has apologized.
So let me counter you. My counter question to you is, you're saying people of ill repute. My counter question to you is, there is a person called Vindu Dara Singh. Now, I don't think you know what you think of Vindu Dara Singh, but is Vindu Dara Singh a man of great reputation? Wasn't Vindu Dara Singh's conversations with Gurunath Mayappan the basis? No, because Gurunath Mayappan was in touch with Vindu Dara Singh. Now, if I were to argue that Vindu Dara Singh is not a man of great reputation, going by Atul Wasan's logic, I should not be talking about Gurunath Mayappan either. Come on, don't give me another argument, not that one.
No, let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you this. 6 months ago, was Mayappan a person of ill repute? No. You know, just don't judge people who sin differently to you. And I think, you know, let's find out if there is some iota of facts. The authorities will chase them down, and once they are closed, they will be called. You know, do you think that if they had something to go by on, they wouldn't have been called or hauled up as yet?
They are not being followed up with
our system. And
why are you being so? Why are you speaking
why not?
so touchy?
I mean, there are agencies who can follow us.
Why are you being so touchy?
I'm just saying that if there was. My question is.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're being very touchy.
Let me finish, Arnab. My question is, if there was something to go by, and if there was something which was substantial, I'm sure people will jump in, at least haul them over to call them for questioning. I'm sure if there is nothing and they have not been called, so I think, you know.
Well, you know, I frankly think there are no gods in this business. Okay, Nilay Datta's report says 6, and this question goes to everyone watching Newshour today. And I'm going to go to Ed Hawkins, take a small break and come back. Ed, 6 prominent Indian capped players, their names available in tapes in connection with dealings of bookies, while 2 of these prominent Indian capped players have been named by none other than a former president of the BCCI. Shashank Manohar also says all matches in the IPL need to be investigated. In your view, will the BCCI be able to bat back against those who say, make the names public?
They probably will, and I think rightly they should do, because it sets a dangerous precedent. If every time a story comes out that a bookmaker has named this player, at the moment, of course, it's very enticing and we all want to know, but down the line, when does that stop? Well, it will stop because it just becomes so commonplace that nobody cares. At the moment, everyone cares and they want to know. But if a player gets named every week, then that hampers the job of corruption investigators and police at actually trying to expose these people. So it would be a very dangerous precedent to set, start naming these players now, I think.
Lalchand Rajput, if a top British player, if a top English player, Lalchand Rajput, if 6 of them, right? Yeah. If 6 of them were to be named by bookies, what do you think? In London, nobody would talk about it?
See, I'm not worried about what is going on in London, but let me tell you, as a player, I'm really surprised that if there is no substantial evidence, I don't think people should even name it. Because, you know, you look at Vijender Singh, because he was named in the case, and after that he has started playing back into the game, and nobody has even said anything on that. Because if you know that there is substantial evidence in that,
no,
then only
where do you, who's
talk.
looking at the evidence?
I don't think people
who's following the evidence? Nobody is. Even Bimal Soni will accept. You see, Srisant, who's facing a life ban for spot fixing, said while speaking to the Delhi police that 3 prominent Indian players were involved with the bookies. I am asking you, Mr. Bimal Soni, is anyone investigating it? We can all get very convenient into this situation. We can all say, you know, there is no evidence. But if nobody is investigating, there will be no evidence, right, Mr. Soni? Is there a conspiracy of silence working here? Let's hush up the investigation. Let's not make it too big. It's going to hit us all. We don't want any more muck.
No, but I think we are acting prematurely.
No, whether we are acting prematurely or not, is there an investigation?
No, there's no investigation.
Why is there no investigation? How do you know whether it's true or false without an investigation?
I am telling you, it's a report in a sealed envelope given to Supreme Court judge. Why are you reaching to conclusions?
I am not reaching a conclusion. All I'm saying is I want a clear, lucid answer. In my view, when there are bookies who make these claims, it should be the starting point for investigation. The investigation will either find out whether the claims are true or false. Point is, why does the BCCI feel there should be no investigation? Why?
The dialogues of bookies are not authentic. Anybody can talk in India, and India is full of rumors.
Okay.
So I would not accept anything till there's substantial
Then I want, when I come out on the other side, Mr. Bimal Soni, that's a very fragile argument. Because when I come out on the other side, I'm going to ask you, what will be the basis of an investigation? Gulu, I see your hand go up. Back in 2 minutes. Back in 2 minutes.